All right, here we go. Paperback Death Pal Nation. We have one more sci-fi box. We start off with Arthur C. Clarke's Childhood's End. Then we have a double, Reality Forbidden by Philip High and Contraband from Space. I want that Contraband from Space. October, the First is Too Late by Fred Hoyle. I kind of feel the way right now. It's almost September. In October, I got plans. Catastrophe Planet by Keith Laumer. Are you talking about Earth? Isaac Asimov, The Gods Themselves. All right, awesome cover art. Whoa. The Last Continent by Edmund Cooper. All right, Dome World by Dean McLaughlin. Are we not all in a dome world? Dancers in the Afterglow. Yeah. All right, Dream Lords, Lord of Nightmares. A Way Home by Theodore Sturgeon. All right, weird little alien with a weird little woman. This book always freaks me out. I don't know what it's about, but Dahlgren by Salmo Delaney. That one is another one that has a freaky cover like that. The Silent Multitude by Compton. 200 million AD by Van Vogt. By then, we'll be riding giant freaking birds with tridents and back in armor. 2 million AD. Let's do it. Sleep 234. All right. Bradbury, Something Wicked Goes This Way. Secret of the Black Planet, the sinister black asteroid. The Green Rain by Paul Tabori, a fantastic tale of a world gone bad. A Day After Tomorrow, Heinlein. Is this about the world freezing? Is this what the movie's about? Is that one? I don't know. Poul Anderson, There Will Be Time. John Brunner's Interstellar Empire. That's probably the truth. We probably had the Egyptians probably came from outer space. I don't know. Traitors to the Stars, Paul Anderson. All right, Mastodons in Space. Let's do it. Future Corruption, Past Corruption. There Will Always Be Corruption. Asimov's Mysteries, Isaac Asimov. All right. Warlord of the Air by Michael Moorcock. I'm the Warlord of the Skies. Oh, we got some tumbling here. Not good, not good, not good. All right. Chariot of Fire by Hales. All right, it's a big box, so let's get through this. Cycle of Fire by Hal Clement. Edgar Rice Burroughs, Yana of Gothel. Wandering Stars, an anthology of Jewish fantasy and science fiction. Okay. The Book of Philip K. Dick. All right. It is the Book of Philip K. Dick. Poul Anderson, We Claim These Stars. Okay, you try to claim and there's yours. Quest Cross Time by Andre Norton. World Without Stars by Poul Anderson. All right, that book's kind of messed up. The Dosadi Experiment by Frank Herbert, author of Dune. Last Train into Limbo. Do you guys like those new Dune movies? I kind of like them. Dr. Cyclops. Yeah, man. When you're a miniature dude, you gotta get half a scissor and just fight off the giant hand. Poul Anderson, Merkheim. That looks eerie. Okay. I, the Machine by Fairman. Heinlein, The Day After Tomorrow Again, but with cooler cover art. Well, maybe not cooler cover art, but this book's messed up. Gentle Invaders. That's what I like. I like my invaders to be gentle. Tug of the Dwarf Star. All right. New Dreams This Morning. Look at that freaky cover art. What? Okay. Larry Niven's The Ring World Engineers. Ooh, this is vintage. Arthur C. Clarke, Expedition to Earth. Awesome vintage cover. I love the cover art of the 50s. Just the sci-fi stuff was just... It was like Salvador Dali-esque. All right. Winners by Poul Anderson. The Worlds of Poul Anderson. That is creepy. Okay. To Your Scottied Bodies Go. Philip Jose Farmer. Anybody read this guy? That guy wrote a ton of books. I've never I have no idea what he writes about. Avram Davidson, Mutiny in Space. New America by Paul Anderson. Okay, that's cool. A.E. Van Vogt, War Against the Rule. I'm gonna freaking ride this beast thing. Alright, Chalky. This is like a freaky book that freaks me out. Okay. Ooh, here we go. Stranger in a Strange Land by Heinlein. That's a different cover than the one I normally see. That's pretty cool. A.E. Van Vogt, Pendulum. What is going on here? We got like spaceships and like freaking Conan dudes with like, I don't know what's going on. How do people think of these things? The Space Merchants. That's a cool cover of this book. I've never seen that cover. We're getting through this. Frontiers in Space. All right. The Martian Way by Asimov. Battlestar Galactica, Special Edition. The Rim of the Unknown. That's a bad day when a giant bee has you in its claws. Path Worlds. I don't know what's going on there. The Mercenary by Jerry Pournelle. That guy looks ready to get paid. Stowaway to Mars. That's going to be the new thing. You know, we got to like illegal immigration to Mars. That's going to be the future problem. 3 from the Legion. Also a bad day. Maybe this guy will save the day, or maybe not. Aliens. He looks really cuddled up with the aliens. The Purple Cloud by M.P. Shield. Colossal. Brilliant. A novel. Alright. Twin Worlds. Neil R. Jones. Okay. John Wyndham. Rebirth. A new H.G. Wells. We're getting to the bottom. Frederick Pohl. Man Plus. Okay. The Winds of Time. The visitors from outer space were trapped. Kenneth Lee. Day by Night. That's a cool cover. Flight into Space by J.N. Leonard. And last book in the box, we have The Currents of Space by Asimov. And that's today's box of books. All right, till next time.